Um, I'm just this is just a quick video to hopefully help you out on updating the locations and coordinates for your observations. So this is the spreadsheet I sent to you. I sent you a new version where I've just to make the whole process a little easier, combined the latitude and longitude into one column. I can write some software that'll separate them out. It's not a big deal. Just to make the whole copying of coordinates a little easier for you. So what I've got here is your list of observations. So they're separated by these spaces where each set of observations has this is the way it is in the atlas. So it may not be correct, but this is what we have. I've assumed that when we have a set of observations that have the same date and the same location name, that they all happened in one small area. But that may not be the case, but this is the way we have the data right now. So let's just look at this set of observations here, these four observations. So you saw, according to the atlas, on August the 28th, 1980, somewhere around Marathon, you saw Green Comma, Compton Tortoiseshell, Atlantis Fritillary, and Clouded Sulfur. Now, so where is this on the map? So let's take these coordinates. Now, I select these by clicking the left mouse key. So I click on this cell. Now I hold down the shift key and I select the longitude, and now I've selected them both. And I want to copy those coordinates so I can paste them into Google Maps. Now, how do I do that? There's a couple of different ways. If I right click on this, this brings up a little menu where copy is one of the options, paste is one of the options. So what I want to do is copy. Another way of doing this, instead of bringing up the menu, is to just hold down the control key and type C, and that will copy these coordinates that I've selected into the clipboard. So, but you can also just, with the left mouse key, just click on copy. That copies them. Normally, I use the keyboard shortcut. I just use Control C because it's much faster. So now these two numbers are in my clipboard. Let's go to Google Maps. So here's Google Maps. Uh, it's on. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong. This is what I want here. Um, so I was doing something else before. So let's just now we want to paste into this search um, bar. We want to paste those coordinates that are in the clipboard. So again, you can right click on here and it gives you a few options. Copies here, paste here. So paste you can do by the keyboard shortcut of hold down the control key and type V, and that will paste it. Or you can just left click on paste, and that pastes those coordinates from the spreadsheet into the search bar. And if I hit return, it drops, it shows you where on the map those coordinates are. Now, you have a couple of different, you can view the regular map. I usually use, I like to use the satellite view so that I can see landmarks, I can see roads, I can see trails. I can figure out exactly where observations were made relative to other things. So okay, so that's where the atlas says you made these observations. So let's go back to the spreadsheet for a second. Now, the coordinates are, these are the coordinates, and this is the coordinate accuracy. So what this implies is that within 1,000 meters of these coordinates, um, all four of these observations have the same coordinates with the same accuracy. So the way I would interpret that is that what the atlas is saying is that within 1,000 meters of this spot, so scales here, so that's roughly a circle this big, covers these, that's what it implies. Now maybe that's accurate enough. Maybe you did, let's say you really saw these butterflies here. That's within 1 kilometer of this spot. That's close enough. You know, maybe we don't want to worry about that. But let's say that you didn't, it wasn't here that you saw them. Let's say it really was out here in this area here. Let's say that that day you were walking this trail from here down to here. And that's where you really saw those observations. So that's saying that you saw them up here within 1,000 meters of that spot isn't really accurate. So we want to, let's say we decide we want to change that. And we want to put in the atlas that it was in this area that you saw the observation, saw these butterflies. Okay, well, how do we get to, so let's say you, like I said, you walked from here down to here. So what's a good point to put into the atlas? Well, let's say you don't remember where along the trail you saw each of those butterflies. It doesn't matter. We'll just use one set of coordinates for the whole outing, and we'll just use, again, we'll use the coordinate accuracy to indicate what area you covered. So let's start off. We want the coordinates that we're going to put in for these 4 observations. So let's say we want to use this as roughly the midpoint. This would probably be closer to the midpoint. So Google Maps will give you the coordinates very easily. You just right click your mouse and this little menu pops up. Now this top, these coordinates, this is the coordinates of where my mouse was. So if you now left click on that, as you can see, it's copied that to the clipboard. So the clipboard now has the coordinates of this spot that we were just looking at. So let's say you want to see it on the map. Just so you can go up here, you can highlight that. And now I'm just going to use Control V to paste from the clipboard. So that's pasted the values from the clipboard, and I hit return and it shows that spot that I clicked on. Okay, well, so I know that I walked from here to here. So I want to know what my coordinate accuracy should be to reflect that. Somewhere between here and here, I saw these butterflies. Let's right click on that spot again, and we'll select measure distance. Okay, now I click on the map here, and that's showing me a distance of 995 meters. Now by clicking on that dot and holding down the left mouse key, I can now drag this around. I can change the distance. I can look at landmarks. I can try, it's a handy way of kind of looking at the map and saying, you know where you walked. You can kind of, now, of course, the coordinate accuracy doesn't have to be anything precise. It's just to give an idea of how off this coordinate here is from the true location of where you saw the butterflies. So let's say you also walked up this far. Well, that's up 1.7. So it's roughly 1.7 meters, kilometers. Sorry. So 1.7 kilometers easily encompasses all of this area. So we're going to put 1,700 meters into the into the spreadsheet for our coordinate accuracy. So let's go back to the spreadsheet. The meanwhile, the latitude and longitude coordinates are still in the clipboard because we copied them into the clipboard earlier and we haven't copied anything else. So if we click on this cell, we can paste those coordinates. Now that's way more precision than what we need for the atlas, but don't worry about it. You know, just I don't want to make your life any more difficult. Can widen the column a little bit to show the full numbers. My software will clean this up, trim it down to the number of decimal places that I need for the atlas. You don't have to worry about it. If you want to edit it, that's fine, but I wouldn't worry about it. So we decided that 1,700 meters was what we were going to use for the coordinate accuracy. So you just have to put 1,700. I'm assuming it's in meters. So here's my new latitude and longitude. Here's my new coordinate accuracy. And like I said, you can use the same numbers for all this set of 4 observations. So let's, an easy way to, you can just leave it like this. If you leave it like this, I'm going to assume that this set of coordinates covers this set of 4 observations. But if you wanted to copy them, when you click on a cell, you see this dot. If you then left click on the dot, you can drag these numbers down and it copies that value into the cells. See, so it has incremented. This is one of the quirks of these spreadsheets is sometimes when you drag a number down a column, it assumes you want to increment the number in successive rows. So we don't want that. So hit Control Z. Go back here now. If you hold the Control key and click and drag it down, it doesn't increment the number. It just copies it down the column. We can do the same here. We drag it down. This time, for whatever reason, I think it's a bit quirky sometimes. Sometimes it increments the number. Sometimes it doesn't. I dragged it down. It copied through all these numbers. Now let's say that on September 1st, we know that you were in the same spot. Well, let's just do it again. Just hit Control V, copy that value in, hold the Control key, copy those values down the column, 1,700, drag it down, there. So the implication here is that at this day and on this day, you went to the same place. Now, what about the location name? I mean, I can fill that in if you want. I'm not too worried about that. That's once I have these coordinates, I can decide on what the coordinate accuracy is. But just for completeness, let's go over to here. So what's a good name for this location? So, well, it's on the south side of Marathon, and it's the Hawk Ridge Trail. That seems like a pretty good name to me. You know, Marathon, it's a well-known town. So let's go back to the spreadsheet. So click here, and the format I like is to use the name of the city or the major park or whatever first. So we'll just enter Marathon. South Side and Hawk Ridge Trail. So this is my preferred, well, again, widen the column here. This is my preferred format for location names, is the town, some kind of modifier in brackets. You know, this could be, you know, southeast of, or let's change that from south side to south of Hawk Ridge Trail. Now again, now this is because this is just a string of characters. It won't increment anything. You can just drag that down. You can click on so let's say we want, because this is the same location, we want to copy this location name to this set of coordinates. So again, you can click copy or just use Control C, click here, paste, and then you can drag it there. So this is all done. Now let's say that this here we want to do some other location. So let's say on the 21st of September of that year, you weren't at Hawk Ridge Trail, you were at another location. So we can go to the map. Let's say this time you were out at this peninsula. Let's say you walked the perimeter of the peninsula. Well, in that case, what I would do is I would just sort of find roughly the center. Again, we right click, we select those coordinates, we put them in here, we paste them in here. That shows us that. Now, what's a good coordinate accuracy to use? We'll right click. Okay, so it's still trying to measure distance from the previous set of coordinates. So we have to clear measurement. Then we right click again, measure distance, click on the map. That shows us this. Well, looks like if we select a number of about 600 meters, yeah, 600 meters is pretty good. 600 meters would cover. So again, what I'm saying is, I don't need the exact location of every individual butterfly you saw. Just grouping the observations together and saying, well, within 600 meters of this spot, I saw this set of butterflies. Okay, let's see here. Where's my spreadsheet again? Back to the spreadsheet. So we still have the coordinates in our clipboard. So we go Control V. That puts the coordinates in. We decided 600 meters was a decent coordinate accuracy. I mean, again, you know, if you don't want to do this measurement thing, you just want to eyeball it and, you know, say it's 1,000 meters or 2,000 meters in every case, that's another option. So this time we're going to call this Marathon, let's say West Side, and let's just call it the Peninsula. There. Now, again, it's up to you. If you want to copy these, hold the Control key so it doesn't increment. There. So that's, and then if you have any other notes you want to include about the, about this, you can add them in this column, and I'll propagate them into the atlas. So that's it.